Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing a review of the Nectarine Berliner Weisse I showed you last time. Hoping that this is a tart, very light, just kind of run-of-the-mill Berliner Weisse with maybe a little bit of fruit. Okay, so let's get into the stats. So this beer was supposed to be original gravity of 1.038. It ended up being 1.043. Final gravity was supposed to be 1.008. Actual final gravity was 1.004. ABV was supposed to be 3.9%. Actual was 5.1%. As some of you may have noticed, I talked about making an apricot Berliner Weisse pretty much the whole time I was making it. And then I realized that apricots were not in season. So I used 4.25 pounds of nectarine flesh, which ended up being about a quarter gallon of nectarine puree. And it was a pretty light in color malt bill. It was half Pilsner, half wheat, give or take, and a quarter ounce of Azaka in it. And I used the White Labs Berliner Weisse strain as well as some US-05. It was a quick sour, so I did all the souring before I ever boiled it. You can check my video up here to see how you do that. So let's get to it and actually pour this beer. All right, you can tell there's some wheat in there, that's for sure. So I just kegged this about, I think it was 2 days ago. Forced carbonated it, and that's where we're at. That's why it's so thick and hazy. I'm not using a floating dip tube in this guy, just because I'm out of kegs with floating dip tubes. I've got a lot of stuff happening right now. So let's get into the review. Berliner Weisse head. You can tell it's half wheat. This head is gorgeous. It's thick. It almost looks like it was poured on nitro. It's got lovely lacing. And it's a little off-white, I would say. More of a cream, which is probably actually from the nectarines, not the malt color. The color is, it's a orangey, I would call it almost a creamsicle, but that's pretty much because of the haze. The haze is obvious. It's probably a lot of yeast and just stuff settling out of it. Hopefully it doesn't affect the flavor. Yeah, it looks thick. This is basically the NEPA version of a Berliner Weisse. All right, so the scent. It smells like a Berliner Weisse. It smells like it was soured with lactic, which it was, obviously. It's got like a tart fruit, a little bit of fermenty smell, like if you, kind of like how wine smells, like a white wine. It almost has like a white grape thing happening, you know, the like tartness of a white grape, as well as like the slight hint of fruit. I don't really pick up the nectarine in it. Stone fruits, especially like nectarines and peaches, the flavor doesn't I've read that the flavor doesn't carry over as well as, say, an apricot does, which is why I wanted to do apricots. So if you wanted like a strong nectarine scent, I would say kind of up it in your volume. Maybe do like half a gallon of nectarine puree, which ends up being a ton of fruit. So it's like our ABV on this might not actually be the 5.1% or whatever. It might be a little higher because we technically added more sugar after we took the original gravity reading, just because it went into secondary. All right, let's get into the flavor. So when you first put it in your mouth, it doesn't taste tart. It's funny, it does not tart until you swallow. The mouthfeel, it's very light mouthfeel. It makes my mouth water, but that's just because it's sour. The tartness is not overwhelming in any way. And it's not lasting in any way. It's just very right as you swallow, back of your tongue, lactic tartness in a very light capacity. The initial impression I get is it's kind of sweet. It's nice. You know, I'm not tasting any of the fruit. I'm wondering what the fruit is contributing to it that it wouldn't have had if it was just a standard Berliner Weisse. It's got like some sweetness in the front, and I'm hoping that that's what it was. I mean, technically the yeast would have eaten out all the sugar from the nectarines, but you know, this has a lot more sweetness than I would typically associate with a standard Berliner Weisse. Standard Berliner Weisses can just be like tart and gone, you know, and really dry. And this almost reminds me kind of a white wine, but more of along the natural white wines that I've had, kind of like an orange wine if you've ever had one of those. So it's got a little bit of the fermented fruit flavor, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't taste like you're drinking like toilet wine or something. It's just a very subtle, like if you smell a piece of fruit that's like past its prime and it's starting to ferment like within itself. I get this a lot from oranges that are past their prime. Like if you open up an old orange, you kind of get that fermentedness to it, and I assume that's what they make with orange wine. I know nothing about wine. I'm terrible. Like, I drink red wine with ice cubes. Please don't murder me. I get a little bit of orange in this, too. I mean, that might be where I'm getting the, like, fermented orange flavor profile from. It's, you know, it's super, like, watery in body. Like, you could drink this all day, easy. It's like a sports drink, I think, in consistency. It's just so drinkable. And it's making my mouth water, and that makes me want to drink more of it, which this is a perfect beer for like a sunny day. Just like being outside in the heat. It's tart, it's refreshing, it's light. Like I could probably drink like 10 of these and be fine. I mean, Berliner Weisses are meant to be that way. They're meant to be super low alcohol, like just kind of the water of beer, or the lemonade of beer, if you will. I'm impressed. Like, this is the first Berliner Weisse I've ever made, and it actually turned out pretty nice. Like, I've definitely had Berliner Weisses I like less than this. I typically like a more fruited Berliner Weisse. I think next time maybe I will basically, so how I did the fruit additions is I did the Camden tablets to create sulfur dioxide to kill off all the yeast that might have been on the nectarines. But I think instead of letting that sit and just dissipate, I would add a Camden tablet directly into the fermenter, enough to kill all the yeast in there, just so we can basically back sweeten with the nectarine puree to give it more of a fresh fruit flavor rather than a fermented fruit flavor. But if you're not like me and you don't think a beer should taste like juice, I think you would like this. Especially like anyone who I would say is into white wine, I would say you'll love this, because that's like exactly, I don't even drink white wine, and I find this actually more appealing than even a great white wine. Just, it's not a flavor I can deal with. I am not a fan. But yeah, it's a good one. I don't know how I keep getting so lucky that like I haven't had a terrible beer and that I want to spit out. I actually have some in the works that might be gross, and I'll show you those soon. Anyway, I think any fruit that you put in this would taste great. Do any combination. Let me know how it goes. I'm super curious what other fruits you guys would add to this. I know it's guava season here. This kind of like screams guava to me, but it's just that time of year and I smell them all the time. Well, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. If you guys want to get all my videos early, you can become a member. There's a join button on my homepage. And I want to thank my newest members, Julian Dell and Pustai Thibault. Thank you guys so much for joining. Your support means a lot to me, and I'm really sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'll see you guys next time.